I'm Teresa Nannucci, and I'm here on behalf of Cinematographe.it. So very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nanny shows two women opposite to each other on many different levels, but they still both represent contemporary women. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In the opposition between Aisha and Rose's mother, do you think there's a better way of being mothers?
I don't think there's any right way to be a mother. We're not given instruction pamphlets on motherhood, and we live in a society that really doesn't allow a lot of mothers to take the time that they need to learn how to be mothers because of capitalism and because of the ways that we're forced to be a part of the workforce, and not given parental leave. Like, there are just so many variables around motherhood in this society that makes it difficult for mothers to learn how to be good mothers.
Almost all of the characters are women, actually. Why did you choose to keep men away from this story?
You know what? For once, men are characters who are in the periphery. They're not the center of this story. I'm a woman. The most important people in my life are men and women, but a lot of women, I think, uphold communities and do a lot of labor that is perceived as invisible and not important. And so I wanted to put a lens that centered these women who are undervalued in society.
What role do you think the racial elements play in Nanny?
Race permeates everything. It permeates everything. It permeates every part of every facet of our existence, because of the ways that race intertwines with class and capitalism. And so it's this not so invisible force in Nanny that is a big part of the story, in the ways that domestic workers, who are mostly Black and brown women in every country, their labor is even more devalued as Black women. And so, race is just a really important element of our existence because it has been made an important element of our existence.
How should we read the paranormal elements? Are they premonitions? Are they displays of sense of guilt?
How should we read
the paranormal elements, the visions?
I think I like to leave that open to the audience, whatever they interpret, but my intention definitely straddles the line of premonition and warning, and it's not black and white. It's not very clear what the messages are, but these presences are really important in Aisha learning to step into her power.
Water is a central element in the evolution of the story. Why did you choose water instead of other things?
Water is very important to African diasporic people all over the world. It's a big part of our history. It is the ways that we were enslaved and traveled over the waters, thrown over the waters, jumped into the waters rather than be enslaved. It's also a really powerful source of life and rebirth and birth and death. And so the symbolism was really important for this film.
Okay. Why did you choose to exclude music from the main part of the film?
I don't think I excluded music. I think that I use music intelligently and strategically, and with intention. I didn't want the entire film to be inundated with sound because the imagery speaks for itself sometimes. And, having been trained at NYU grad film and learning the films that I love, some of the films I love the most use silence as a source of sound. Silence is powerful. And so I try to incorporate that.
Okay, so I'm done, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.